I need an approval of the agenda, but we need to adjust the agenda and remove the consent item for the school national nutrition budget amendment. And our personnel report has been revised. So with that, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we sit?
We'll remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. Next item on the agenda is the action agenda, and the crux of the meeting today is the interim budget resolution for 23-24. You received the walk-in document. Are there questions from the board concerning this document? The board has met recently to discuss the budget and to get information from Ms. Thornton and Dr. Jackson. And hearing no questions from the board, I would entertain a motion to approve the budget resolution for 23-24.
So moved.
Thank you. Could I get a second?
Second.
And all those in favor?
Aye. Madam Chair, can we have discussion? I just wanted to say one thing.
We can have discussion.
Thank you. So I think all of us understand budgets and all the things that take place in the schools, and I say corporate America. I have spent some time with county commissioners about what their process is, what they use to determine what they are going to allocate for the schools. Obviously, it's the biggest budget. We get the biggest portion of their budget. And I know it's not what we all want, but I'd also say I don't think it's what they would like either, because they very much support public education. I do think that I can say that, need to do a better job of communicating with folks that represent us in Raleigh, because that's where I think it really starts. And unfortunately, we really haven't been able to see benefits of having those discussions. But it's real important that folks know that if we had an enormous pot of money, we absolutely would spend it on kids and our teachers and staff. But for the county commissioners, I know that they did what they could, including raising taxes that I know they're already getting emails about, because I've talked to a couple of them this week. But I just want to make that statement to say thank you to them. Again, it's not what we want, it's not what they want, but for them to reach out and want to work with us, which is what the chair of the county commissioners said. We wanted to look strategically forward to see how we can better benefit our staff and children and faculty in our schools.
Thank you, Ms. Clemens. We are definitely blessed to have commissioners that are committed to public school. So any other comments from people? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Next item on the action agenda is Budget Amendment Number 8. It's also a walk-in document. And are there questions about Document 8? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Thank you. A second?
Second.
Do we want to discuss this one? All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item on the action agenda is the capital outlay project, selection of design teams and construction manager at risk, CMAR. And we're looking for a motion to approve the selection committee's recommendations of the lead designers for CMAR teams to provide architectural, engineering, and construction services for multiple capital improvement projects, and authorize the board chair to execute the contract subject to board attorney review and receipt of funding, and if contract negotiations are unsuccessful with the recommended design teams and CMAR, negotiations will proceed with the alternatives. Are there questions for Mr. Fearley?
No.
Seeing none, I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Anybody want to discuss this with Mr. Fearley?
Yeah, I'd just like to say I do serve on this committee, and a lot of thought and conversation goes around who to choose for these. A lot of that has to do with quality of work that they've done in the past, also, you know, where they're coming in budget-wise, but a lot of time and effort and thought was put into these choices as well as the backup. And we had some really great candidates for a lot of these projects, so I'm very pleased with the choices that we made.
Thank you. Anyone else? We appreciate you serving on that committee. It is time-consuming, and our staff works really hard to make the best decisions for us. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are now on the consent agenda, and the consent agenda has the minutes for June 1, 2023, the regular meeting. The personnel report is revised. Award of contract for liability, property, auto, and workers' compensation insurance. Mandatory catastrophic athletic insurance for 23-24. Sole source procurement request, elevation platform and strategic strategies license, Title III language acquisitions. Those people that write that, they do that to me every time. Policies for second reading. Policy 3430 is school improvement plan. Policy 5001, advisory councils and boards. Are there questions of items on the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
So on your information agenda, we have finance reports. You also have a walk-in document there. At this time, I would announce that our next board meeting is August 3rd, 2023, and we will begin with a work session at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. At this time, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thank you. Could I get a second?
Second.
Anybody want to discuss this adjournment? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
We are